Christina here with Multifaceted, introducing a new week with a new flower arrangement in our new candle of the week. So if this is your first time here, again, my name is Christina. I am the owner and creator behind a business by the name of Multifaceted. Multifaceted was started here in Greensboro, North Carolina, where I currently reside. So Multifaceted is a creative candle company that is centered around expressing the beauty of flowers. And our motto is Multifaceted is making the world brighter one candle at a time. So our mission for Multifaceted is to make better products for you, your home, and for the environment. So we'll get into our flower arrangement for this week, but I did want to tell you about a little bit more about me and the business that I am here representing. So let's go ahead and light this candle of the week. So as I make the arrangements today, you will see that I will be burning a candle to accompany me as I make the flower bouquet for you. So one thing about Multifaceted is that we do make all of our scents. So every scent that we make is pretty unique and also customized just for our brand. So today, our candle of the week is a fragrance known as French Provence. So I'm going to go ahead and put that here. So French Provence is inspired by lavender fields out of France. So in those fields, just the overwhelming calming aroma of lavender, I wanted to put that into a candle, as well as put something else with it to make it a little bit more unique. So I battled between making the name for this candle be French Provence or Not Your Ordinary Lavender. So this lavender scent, again, very unique. It has a little musk on it. It has some chamomile, and we're gonna put chamomile in our flower arrangement today. So how cool is that? So you get the fresh flower scent of chamomile. Chamomile is also in this fragrance as well. So we're just gonna go ahead and light up French Provence. So good. So the lighter that I always try to use for everything that I light with Multifaceted is a rechargeable candle lighter. So this can be charged, it lasts about 1,000 hours or so. I only have to charge it like maybe once a month or every 2 months or something. So you just slide it up and then you press a button down and it sparks. Maybe you can see it in my hair. It sparks a little flame that will light your wick. So again, with Multifaceted, we do care about taking care of the environment. So we do focus on having eco-friendly goods in everything that we offer. And that is one of the most eco-friendly ways to light your candle. So if you didn't know, now you know. And I'll link this rechargeable lighter below in the comments. So yay. So let's go ahead and get started on our bouquet for this week. So I went to Trader Joe's yesterday and picked up a few flowers. If you hear footsteps or strange noises in the background, it's my dog. He just walked by. That's my dog Boots, and he always likes to roll in during videos. So anywho, I went to Trader Joe's and picked up a few flowers that just caught my attention. I didn't really have a plan for this week's floral arrangement, so I said, let's just go and just pick out something that you're drawn to. So that's what we're doing today. The one thing I did want to make sure that I did have was chamomile, which is this flower here. So I did want to make sure that I did have chamomile again to accompany the French Provence candle for this week. So I went ahead and took all the packaging off everything so that we can go ahead and get started. The chamomile that I do have here was $3.99. And then the filler that I chose for this week's arrangement was lemongrass. And this was also $3.99. And then I also got these cute little unique little pom-pom flowers. They're called crespedia, something like that. If I'm saying it wrong, sorry. Flower names can be a little complicated, and that was one for me. But these really pretty yellow pom-pom flowers that I felt like would accompany these very well. So let's see what I turn this into. The vase that I chose for this week is this really pretty marble, or not marble, mercerized vase here. I got this at TJ Maxx or Home Goods, one of the places I need to stay out of. But I went ahead and got this while I was at the store, and I've had this one for about 2 or 3 years. And sometimes I'll use it as a vase arrangement. Sometimes I won't. This is actually a votive holder, so you can put a candle in here and then it will illuminate the vase even more. But I decided that I liked it so much that it would make a really, really pretty flower vase. So I have used it as a flower vase before in the past and it's worked beautifully. So I have the larger one here, and I do have some smaller ones, but I think for this arrangement and the vision that I have in my head, we're gonna need the big one. So to get started, of course, I always like to start with the filler. The filler is anything usually that is green. This is usually your less expensive of the items that you choose to put in the arrangement. So this week, I am only gonna use just a regular pair of scissors. Usually I use either floor cutting scissors or some stem clippers that I have that I use in my garden. But today's stems are a little bit on the thinner end, so we don't have to worry about using anything heavy duty. So at the bare minimum, even if you do buy fresh flowers from the market or from Trader Joe's or wherever, at least clip the end so that you can get fresh water to go through the stems. Sometimes as these sit in water, the stems will start to close up and it doesn't allow as much water to come through. So we don't want that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clip these and make a circle around with the filler. And I'm sticking these in here now, and I'll probably go back and trim it quite a bit because it's already starting to look like crazy hair. And I don't want that look. So I did have quite a bit of the lemongrass leaves fall off these. So these are this amount of shedding from a plant makes me question how fresh these are, but it's okay. Usually it won't shed this much, so let's just keep it rolling. All right, so I'm just gonna move this around and get the base of this the way that I would like it to be. Again, very much like a fern. I like it. Kind of matches my hair today. Now we have our filler in, and so now we're gonna go ahead and put in our chamomile. Very excited about this. So this is gonna help build out the surface. There's not gonna be any rhyme or reason in how I stick these in here. I'm just gonna stuff them in here and then just readjust the filler around it. I do want it to look sort of like a field of wildflowers. Again, to match back, especially with French Provence. So I'm just breaking these off from the stems. I'm liking how it's looking already. It looks like, you know, like a friendly bouquet. And so because these stems are a little bit thinner, I can just go ahead and break them away from the main stem and then just go ahead and clip the longer one. And this chamomile smells so good. It's one thing I really, really love about working with fresh flowers, especially when they inspire your fragrances for your candles, is smelling the original version or the pure version as a flower. I love that. So I like how the back looks. Now I'm going to turn it around, and I'm using the camera to make sure I like how it's looking and seeing if I can find any holes. So, okay. I have my last stem here, and I'm going to use this last stem to fill in some holes that I have on my side here. This is so tall, you can't even see me. All right, so here's where we are so far. So right now, again, we have our lemongrass that is around the bottom. So I put that in first to create the base for the filler. And then we went in with the chamomile and went ahead and just put that around the lemongrass to go ahead and add a little color in there as well as a little depth. I'm just going to go through and straighten up some of these places where the chamomile has fallen down past the lemongrass. So here we are with the filler and also our chamomile in the arrangement. So I went through and just spruced up some areas just to make it get the shape and the overall look that I was going for. So you'll see some of the lemongrass is sticking out here, but that's completely fine. I think it makes it look a little bit more natural and more like the wildflower look I was going for. And then our chamomile is just placed on top of the lemongrass. So there are still some holes in here. You'll see me start to go through and fill these in a little bit more. But this view right here is, I like it. I like it a lot. Reminder, our focal point flower are these yellow pom-pom looking flowers called crespedia. I don't know, y'all. Whatever they're called, yellow pom-poms. These were about $4.99 at Trader Joe's, and I was very, very excited when I saw these. So immediately picked them up to accompany this arrangement. So I cut these prematurely, and now I think I'm going to be mad at myself. So I'm trying to find the longest one. So you do always want to make sure that one of your focal points is dead in the middle. And it should be the highest point of your arrangement. And again, I did cut these a little bit too short. So these will not be the proper way to make them, but it's still going to turn out really pretty. I wanted these to be in here to just be little pops of interest in this arrangement. Again, the look I was going for with this is very wildflower inspired to go along with this week's candle, which is French. I almost said French lavender. French Province. Okay, so just making sure I have little pops in here, and I can already smell this candle while we've been working on this arrangement, and it smells so good in here. Wow. Between the chamomile and the candle, feels like I'm at a spa. It feels very relaxing. So this is the overall look. I will say if you wanted it to be a little bit more bunched up, which I think I do, versus being falling over to the side, you can take out the arrangement because you've already created your base. So it should be relatively easy for you to pick up, and you can see how it looks once you take it out. If you want to keep these where it's a little bit more bunched up and easier to change the water especially, and still keep this same look in your arrangement, you can take it by hand and, pull my hair, add a rubber band to the bottom. Let's see if I can find one. I'm back with my rubber band. Sorry, I had to go hunt one down. So again, I do want to make sure that this keeps the same look and not necessarily just falls over in the vase. So I'm going to take my rubber band, and you can, depending on how tight you want it to be, you can do just slide the rubber band on there, or you can double it up. I am going to see what one just putting it on here looks like. And then once you add your rubber band, just pat it down on the bottom. Again, eventually I will show you like a freehand arrangements, and for those, your arrangement should stand up on its own with the rubber band. So it's a really, really cool concept in floral design. There it is. I had some of the lemongrass again, but I don't know. Think the lemongrass in this arrangement is going to last that long. I'm questioning the how long they were at the store, but it's all good. As you can see, it's still starting to droop a little bit here, but for that, we just take it and stuff it under another flower. So again, wildflower inspired. You still get the little pops of interest with the yellow flowers here, and then the chamomile, of course, is what I wanted to be the main focus of this, along with just a little bit of interest. So as I was going to the kitchen to get some water, I did realize that I had some flowers from a bouquet I made last week, and I didn't record it because I was having a lazy week, and it was just one of those weeks where you just, life just wasn't in my favor. So I didn't record it, but I did have one last week. So these, I'm not sure what the name of these flowers are, but they are fully dried and they dry so beautifully. And I didn't want to throw them away. I just love them so much. So I was like, let me just try and repurpose them. And since the theme of this one is a little bit more of the wildflower look, I figured I could just go ahead and throw these in here and accompany this to make it look even better. So I'm just going to stuff some of these in here just to add a little bit of a pop of color to go along with the yellow. All right, so I've added most of my dried stems in here for my previous arrangement. I'm adding the last one in here just to make it a little bit more abstract, a little bit more wild and free versus a more uniform look. So yeah, pretty abstract. I like it. I like it. I like it. So now I am going to go ahead and add water. For real this time. Go ahead and add the water into the vase. And I did take the rubber band off here. You can always put it back on. But when I decided to add these dried flowers, I decided to take the rubber band off. Okay. So I just added some water in there, about a liter or so. And then of course you do get plant food in your flower arrangements. Again, I don't like using these. I choose to use something a little bit more natural. And so I use the Method disinfectant spray. And I just add a little bit in here. And what that does is help keep bacteria from forming in your water. The bacteria is what will kill your flowers the quickest. So adding a little bit of the antibacterial spray in there, or disinfectant spray, whichever one you want to term it as, anything that's going to fight against bacteria will help with the life of your flowers. So this arrangement, again, half of it is dried. So the purple flowers I added, these are completely dried. So those don't necessarily need water. Of course, they will get water at their stems because it's in the bouquet. The lemongrass, I'm going to see how long this lasts. The quality of these wasn't great. So I'm thinking those may dry out faster than I would like. The chamomile was definitely a little bit more on the fresher end, so I think those should last. And then our yellow, the word I can't say, the yellow crespedia, yellow pom-pom flowers. I've never used these before, so I'm not sure how long they'll last, but I'm gonna hope this lasts at least 1 week. This week's flower arrangement was inspired by our multifaceted scent French Provence. Again, created with lavender, chamomile, musk, and a little bit of amber. So an amazing scent with an amazing floral bouquet. You can purchase your multifaceted French Provence candle on our website at multifacetedgso.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family. You too can make beautiful bouquets and have your home smell amazing by using our multifaceted products. Have a fantastic week, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.